Hello, hello, and welcome to another GloBUNTU book launch. It's Saturday, and we are all books from our GloBUNTU Young Authors. My name is Beatrice Achaleke. I'm the publisher of the Africa for Smart Kids book series and the serial author, and the publisher of GloBUNTU books. So you see, I'm excited because we have one of our youngest authors launching her book today. And we are all going to Cape Town virtually. We're going to Cape Town virtually again to the Tshikosi's family. This family is, a non-ending story. They break the record, the GloBUNTU books record, and they're launching their third book today. And we shall be talking about Nana's book, Nana and Naledzi Tshikosi. Her book title, she's going to tell us about that. And if you're joining us on Facebook, we greet you, we acknowledge you, we salute you, we welcome you to the conversation. Please remember to use the comment box, the chat forum, to join the conversation. You can always ask your questions, or you can make comments or make contributions, share whatever you want to share. At GloBUNTU Books, we're very passionate about writing and publishing books. We are passionate about our history, our legacy, our heritage. And we love grooming young authors to, at a very tender age, so that they become authors, because becoming an author opens incredible doors. It gives you a lot of permission, and above all, it makes you a content expert. So if you want to know more about our books, go on our website, www.globuntubooks.com, and you meet our young authors there. You meet all our GloBUNTU Books authors, our master classes, and all that we have to offer you this holiday season. So that said, I am taking us straight to Cape Town. I see my young authors are ready to speak, tell you about their books. The family is around them. This is an amazing family, people. You can get a lot of inspiration from this family, and get ready to get some nuggets. Now, let's see our young author. She's all smiles. Hello, Naledzi. Hello, how are you doing today?
Hi, I am doing great.
I see who is sitting next to you right there.
Daddy and Ali.
Oh, okay, your sister. And who else is in the studio? Who else is joining us? Can you see who is on the screen?
Chimangi, Mommy, and you.
You are very lucky. So today we're talking about your book, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Naledzi Tshikosi, can you quickly introduce yourself to our audience?
Okay. Hi, I'm Naledzi Tshikosi, and I'm an 11 years old published author to the book Nana's Kitchen Adventures. I aspire to be a chef, I'm a dancer, and I like to call myself a star.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Did you hear that? I am an 11 years old published author. People, you must get that right. 11 years old published author. So this is what it means to be a young author. You see the confidence, your self-confidence, you see the self-awareness. She's just amazing. So we're going to be talking very much about your book. I see people on Facebook texting. We see you, Boleyi, Baloyi. I'm sorry, Baloyi. We see you. Welcome. And yes, we are very impressed by our young author. So let's go talk to you. Let's go talk to your sisters. No, not your sisters. Let's go say hello to your dad. He's gone. Now let's go say hello to your mom. Is she here? No. Something is happening on the screen. Okay, that's what it is. So let's go say hello to your sister. Hello, Chimangato. How are you doing?
Hi, I'm good, and you?
I'm very well, thank you. It's good that you're always here to support each other. Now you, Tshikosi's young authors. Hello, Ali Zuri.
Hello.
How are you doing, financial expert?
Doing great.
That's excellent. So this house is full of experts. Nana, let's come back to you. You are a GloBUNTU Books young author. I see you're putting out your book right there. So people, this is the book, Nana's Kitchen Adventures. Tell us about your book. How did you come about writing a book?
Well, my parents met a very nice lady, and she told them about her course. And so they decided to enroll us into the course, and we published a book.
Okay, what course was that? You just enrolled into a course like that and then you publish a book?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So can you tell us what your book is all about?
My book is a collection of short stories all around my cooking journey.
How many stories are there in your book?
6.
6 stories you got in your books. Congratulations. How long did it take you to write all your 6 stories?
Not very long, because they're true.
It seems like you love cooking, right?
Yes.
You love cooking. What makes you love cooking?
The cookbook.
The cookbook.
From one of my stories.
Okay. Okay. So we're going to get there. We will get there. I think you're not talking much about your book because what do you want people to do?
To buy it.
You're watching this book launch and you're listening to this just amazing young author, young published author, and you want to support her, you must just get a copy of her book. Hey, and some of the recipes may actually be the recipes that you can cook at Christmas during the holidays. So you don't want to miss out on getting a copy of that book. If you are connected to Naledzi's parents, please, on their social media handle, they are on Facebook, make sure you reserve your copy right there through them straight away. And if you're somewhere else, you want to get on our website, www.globuntubooks.com, you'll find Naledzi's book there and all the other Tshikosi's daughters. You'll find the books there and a host of many other resources. So let's get back to our young author. Nana, how does it feel like to be a published author?
I think it feels amazing. And you could feel amazing too if you wrote your own book.
Can you say that again? That was very powerful. You could
feel amazing too if you wrote your own book.
Okay, people, if you want to feel amazing, what do? Just follow Naledzi's example, that of her and her sisters, and write your own book. So you're right there listening to your youngest daughter. I mean, you have been here with us. We've launched the books of your first, your second, and now we're launching your third. So how does it feel like to be sitting here 3 times, 3 times in a week, launching and spotlighting each one of your girls? And this one, she's the youngest. She is a published author. What does it feel to listen to her speak? What does it feel like?
Oh, it feels great. It's something that one can explain. It's not very easy to explain how it feels, because when you go around, you always get messages of complimentary messages. Everywhere people recognize you, and being recognized for doing good work, it's amazing. So thanks to our young author, Nana, you made us proud. Not so long, hey, Nana is all over. We were on TV. So it is
Yes,
going places.
yeah, she was on TV. We're gonna come to that a little bit later.
Yeah.
Now, Nana, do you realize that? No. Let me go to your mom. When you have children, you have that responsibility to educate them, to bring them up, to parent them, to give them a vision, to accompany them through life. Sometimes you have the feeling, oh, this is so overwhelming. This is too much work. You get so much. You get to juggle around with so much, and now you get to the point where this very young children start putting you in the spotlight, start giving it back to you. Start not in a very direct way, but in this kind of achievement. So is it a kind of reward for all the parenting hustles that you've had to go through, Mom?
It feels like it. I mean, most parents, they will have to wait until they do the ululation on graduation, or they walk their daughter down the aisle, or something big, but obviously it came early for us, where we're feeling so proud and just grateful to be part of their journey. I always thank the universe. I thank my ancestors. I thank God for all those unforeseen forces working tirelessly to guide us, to protect us, and to give us the wisdom that we impart on the children. So I'm feeling grateful. I think there's nothing more than just gratitude, over and above all the other feelings. I'm feeling gratitude this afternoon, and being here for the third time, it just feel like deja vu. It's like, oh, I've been here before, and yeah, it's just, I'm speechless. And you think that you get used to the feeling, but nothing beats this feeling, and you cannot get used to it. So I'm just grateful to be here, and I'm proud of Naledzi.
You said it so well. You're here 3 times, and each time you're talking on something else, right? Isn't that powerful? We're not launching a book that has a collection of stories from your children. We're launching individual books, and each one of them is focusing on something else. We go from homeschooling to financial education, and yet now to kitchen adventures. I think that's extremely powerful. So it shows how diverse your parenting principles are. It shows how much you can be bored at home, right?
Absolutely.
Let me go to Nana's eldest sister, Chimangi. Chimangato.
Hello.
You launched your book on Wednesday, a couple of days back, and before then you joined us to launch your second sister's book, and today it's your youngest. Are you girls competing among each other when it comes to writing books?
No.
So how does it feel like to, when the 3 of you go out, you're all like, I'm an author, I'm an author, I'm an author. How does that feel? It feels great.
It feels great.
Let me go to Ali. Ali, you're here. What I love about you girls is that when it is one person's book launch, you all are here to support. And that says a whole lot about your family. It says a whole lot about the sisterhood that you enjoyed amongst you. So what will you say? What makes you stand out, the 3 of you girls? Why is your bond so strong?
I don't know. I really don't know why it is so strong. But when I see my sisters doing well, my first thought is not like, oh my gosh, I want to surpass them. A lot of the times it's more of, oh, I want to push her so that she can do better. Because I feel good when my sisters are doing good or when they're feeling good. So yeah, I guess maybe that's it.
Wow. So families out there, these are 3 girls, they support each other. It's like each one has their spotlight, and when one is being spotlighted, all the other sisters have the back of that one. They support her. And I think it's a very powerful message to anyone watching us. Let's go back to our young author. Nana, for whom did you write your book?
for whoever needs that extra push to reach their dreams.
Oh, okay. So you did not write it for people who want to go to the kitchen and do some adventures. You wrote it for people who need the extra push to
reach their dreams.
To reach their dreams. Oh, wow. Okay. It's a motivational book. While you're having fun with Nana's stories and her kitchen adventure, the key message that she wants to pass on to you is to motivate you, to encourage you, to challenge you, to not give up on your dreams. Ooh, that's powerful. And you're just 11. Congratulations. So again, there's six stories in your book, right? You have 6 short stories in your book. Someone very special. You know how many people may be envying you out there that you got a legend of African literature, a professor, an 82 years old man who is living in America to write a foreword in your book. And you're just 11 years old, right? How did you do that? How did you get to know Professor Legend Ngũgĩ wa Thiong'o?
Well, I first want to thank him for writing my foreword. However, I do not know because it was actually supposed to be a surprise, so you should ask Daddy.
Yes.
Yes, Daddy, can you tell us how did you get about getting that,
Yes.
Someone who fills the rooms. He fills rooms when he's around.
We were all surprised. Here in the family, they all know that I love everything that Professor Ngũgĩ has written so far. I've got a lot, I think almost like 80% of his books. So her mother and my wife was decided, okay, let me speak to the professor. And she hunted, looked for his contact, and she did the communication with him. And we were all surprised. I think it was a surprise for both me and Nana when we got a professor to write for Nana. And it's a great honor for a book, to have a legendary author writing a foreword for her book. So this is great.
That's a great legacy. And I'll come back to you, Mom. I'll come back to you. In the foreword, there's a picture, Nana. There's a picture of the professor who carrying you in his arms. Now let's go look for that picture. Do you want to get a book and show us that picture? The quality is not very good, but hey, this picture is such a historical moment. It's such a legendary moment that it's not a question of the quality. It's just the question of the fact that you were with him and he carried you in his arms, right? This is the picture right here. If you're out there, this is the picture.
Yes.
How old were you, Nana?
I was 3 years old, and when the picture was taken at a book expedition in 2012.
You're 3 years old, and you're already going to a book event of Professor Legend Ngũgĩ wa Thiong'o. Oh my God. and 7 years down the line, you write a book and he writes a foreword in your book. How does that make you feel?
It makes me feel so happy.
And so special, very special. That you and your sisters, you're very, very special. So now, can you read? I want you to read the first paragraph of what the professor wrote in your foreword. Can you read that for us, please?
Sure. I once held a future writer in my hands, and then did I know it, of course. But now I know because I have just read the book, Nana's Kitchen Adventures, by the now 10-year-old Naledzi Tshikosi.
Okay, I want to say something. When you started writing this book, you were 10 years old. You just turned 11. That's why we're talking about 10 and 11 here. And he said, when when that 82 years old legend says, I once held an author in my hands, you know what that means?
He likes me.
So let me go to your mom. So mom, you are the brain behind getting Professor Ngũgĩ wa Thiong'o to write this foreword. Tell me, how did you get about that?
Well, for those who know me in the community out there, I don't have boundaries in terms of what can or what cannot be achieved. I truly believe that if you ask, you have a 50% chance of getting what you ask, because it can either be a yes or a no. And my husband is a big fan of Ngũgĩ. We have all his books. Even the children has read Ngũgĩ's books, like Njamba Nene. That's our favorite in the house. I don't know how many times we've read it. And it's just, I felt like he's like the perfect person to write, because he's like the giant in literature, especially African literature. So he inspires us so much in so many ways. I had to track him down, and I literally had no clue how. So I simply just Googled it, and I looked for his contacts, and I contacted his office, and I was lucky that he responded. And yeah, the rest is history, as they say. So I was very grateful.
I just want to commend you for that. And what you're trying to tell us is that, some people will think like, oh, Ngũgĩ wa Thiong'o, oh my goodness, how do I get to him? He's never going to respond. But you're trying to tell us that it's always too early not to give up. It's giving and not trying shouldn't be an option, because you never know what you may miss out on until you try. And I think there is, it speaks well for your house. It speaks well when I see your three daughters. It was really an honor for me to work with them, to get them in the masterclass and have them write their books. And I have been interacting with you, and what you say just speaks for who I have come to know you to be. So I'm very happy that you're that family, and people out there, please be inspired. Nothing is impossible. You just sometimes need to ask. If you don't have it, it's probably because you're not asking. And I think people like Professor Ngũgĩ wa Thiong'o, I mean, we know him to be a giant, but this is someone who takes the time. He takes the time. And, some of these people who are achievers, who have achieved their dreams, they are usually very happy to reach out. They're usually very happy to support. And I was really very impressed that he responded very positively, very quickly, and that he actually remembered. And I got a tear in my eye when he said, you must put the picture of me and the young author in that book.
Yes.
It speaks so well of him. And we just want to be thankful to him for having taken the time to write that forward, because it's a legacy that is going to be there forever. So, Nana, would you like to read for us? Would you like to read for us one page? While you look for the page, I want to remind those joining us on Facebook again, please, you are very welcome to join the conversation. You have a question, please post your question. Our young author and the family are here. The publisher is here as well, my little self. So if you have any questions, any comments, any contributions, please feel free to share with us in the comment box. And we see your comment if you're joining us from the GloBUNTU Books page, Facebook page, and we will gladly take your conversation. And again, don't forget to visit our website, www.globuntubooks.com. We have Christmas specials going on right now. You can order your books and we'll deliver them in time for Christmas. And all the Tshikosi girls' books and Nana's Kitchen Adventure, you'll find them right there. So let's go back to Nana and ask her to grace us with one of her 6 short stories. Nana, can you tell us the title of the story, and then before you read it out to us, please?
Okay, sure thing. Olive oil bottle got deformed.
Mm-hmm.
On that fine, sunny Cape Townian Sunday morning, I wanted to surprise my family with a yummy omelette for breakfast. So I got out of my bed and tiptoed to the kitchen in my nightdress. Without making a noise, I got some eggs and a frying pan and my favorite Venda omelette ingredients together. I could not wait to see the look on their faces when they woke up and found breakfast ready. I love eggs. Maybe you do too, but I don't like oily eggs or oily anything for that matter. The reason I don't like oily food is because when I was younger, my mom had to give me omega-3 oil to drink. Doctor's orders, she said. I hated that oil with a passion. So my mom came up with a better way of make me take it. She started mixing it into my breakfast porridge. That's why I would take it without tasting. One day, my older sister decided to prank me. She took a giant spoon of omega-3 oil and chased me around the house with it. I could not outrun her. She cornered me in the backyard and fed me. I gagged. It was so bad. From that day, I never wanted anything oily in my food ever again. You might be thinking, how does this link with eggs? Well, my friend, you're about to find out. Today's omelette recipe was new, and I was impatient to get my family's feedback. In my excitement, I accidentally poured too much oil in the pan. I did not want to deep fry my egg, so I decided what any normal little girl would do in my situation. I simply poured the extra scorching hot oil back into the plastic bottle. I never thought of putting the oil into a cup to cool it down first, as you can imagine. The olive oil bottle took a different shape. Daddy decided it was time to give me and my sisters a safety talk. About the dangers in the kitchen.
Sorry for that interruption, but yes, kitchen adventure with the deformed olive oil. So sometimes doctors' orders may be very, very inconvenient for us, ne? And having elder sisters around who will chase you with something that you don't like. So that is the taste of the kind of stories that you find in Nana's kitchen adventures. You know, sometimes she's cooking, but it's also a story about her family. You know, you find a lot of experiences or some of the things that they do in the family. You find them not just in Nana's kitchen adventures, but also in the other Tshikosi girls' books. So, Nana, if you were to speak to parents, some parents who don't know how to support their children, you know, the children want to write books, but they don't know how to support them. If you were to speak to them, what would you say?
Go over to the GloBUNTU masterclass. They will learn.
How sweet.
Marketing.
Thank you very much. So, parents, you don't have to do it by yourself. You know, sometimes, again, you're juggling with so many things. And just like Nana says, we'll be happy to assist you to bring the young author out of your kids. You bring them to us with them wanting to become an author because they're getting on your nerves. You bring them to us and we send them back to you as published young authors. That is our commitment at GloBUNTU Books. So, Ali, when you listen to your sister speaking, would you say what has changed? Has anything changed about her ever since she became a published author?
I mean, I don't think anything has actually changed about Nana. Nana's still the same old Nana that I chased around with the omega-3 oil, and who sometimes throw temper tantrums and things like that. But what I do think has changed is that I noticed it, and Nana noticed like her potential and how great she is. Like, of course, Nana had confidence before, and she knew that she was great. But when the book came out, I feel like it did like really like show her like, you're great, you're amazing, you're really awesome, and you should know that. So that's what I think might have changed about Nana.
Okay.
Or opened our eyes about Nana.
Nice. Chimangi, now when you three girls go out, because you go to the libraries, you go to different places, when you go out and you introduce yourselves as young authors, or you go out delivering your books, I understand that you deliver your books to people who buy them. So how do people look at you? Does the way people interact with you, is it different now than it was before you became young authors?
Yes, we get a lot of congratulations, and yes, it does change.
It does have. And Nana, you were on TV. You were on the SABC 3 espresso show in the morning. When did you wake up to go to the TV?
4 o'clock. I woke up at 4 o'clock. So I wasn't happy.
I can imagine waking up at 4 is not something that everyone wants to do. But how was your experience in the studio?
It was very fun.
You were there to talk about your book, right? How was your experience?
It was scary but fun. The people were really nice, and my favorite part has to be when we went to the kitchen, because I find cooking very therapeutic. And we got some nice food.
Nice. So you see, will you say that when you write books, you get many opportunities and many possibilities, even of featuring on TV early in the morning, even when you have to wake up at 4 o'clock?
Yeah.
Yes. So mom and dad, you have your little girl. She is there. You still look at her as a baby, and all of a sudden you can watch her on the screens of the TV. Early in the morning, sitting as the youngest among adults and having a conversation. Oh, what message do you have to other parents? Or first of all, your emotions in that moment, and then what you gain from that experience for other parents.
Today we were at an event and we met these people and we were talking about Nana's book. We're showing them the books, and immediately this woman, she says, "I saw this little girl on TV." I was like, oh, sometimes you forget that the whole of South Africa actually saw that. So immediately when they see the copy, they associated with that show. So I was like touched, and suddenly, even though I'm not a celebrity, I think it almost felt like I'm like a celebrity indirect, because my daughter is on TV and people actually just recognize her from seeing the cover book. So it was quite an amazing thing. And also it just opened so many opportunities and doors opening, because if people see you appearing on TV, they're more likely to think, yeah, she must have something great to share in that book if she was on TV. So I think I'm feeling very, very excited, and I feel like a little kid. I wanted to scream, but then I hold myself. I'm like, no, you have to hold it together, girl. You can't scream here. There's classy people. But yeah, it was an amazing feeling. I was taken aback, but I'm excited. It's just, this whole thing is exciting.
And that is the beginning. And when the three girls say they want to become serial authors, so you must get ready. Get ready for many of such experiences. Let me go to Daddy now. Daddy, what is your wish? What is your wish for your daughters? Your three published authors, daughters.
Yes, I wish for them to continue to look for knowledge, and now that they've moved to a stage of knowledge production, to continue to write books. I have been encouraging them to continue to write, because when you write, you open opportunities, a lot of doors. There's a lot of opportunities for you, even in income streams. So I'm encouraging them to continue to seek knowledge. As a family, people, when they see what we've achieved, they think, this thing just came overnight. We have been investing on the development of our children, not just like sending them to school and then you only check their results, midterm results or end of the year. When we see that this is beneficial for our children, we go for it. Whether it's a book launch, it's a seminar, it's a career exhibition at the university, or it's an open day in the industry, we go for it. We look for anything that will benefit our children. So I am saying for parents, if you want your children to be exposed to opportunities, take them out there. Go for hiking. Go for where there is something to learn. Because if we don't teach our children, the world will teach our children, and it doesn't have good plans for our children. So we need to take charge of the learning of our children.
Powerful word from an engaged parent. How about some parents who may say, okay, this looks like a middle-class family, they certainly have the resources. Families that are, there may be some families who may not be, who may say, I don't have the resources to go for hiking, I'm barely struggling for, to put food on the table. And, what kind of advice will you give to such parents? Does supporting the children the way you support require, some certain amount of resources, or is there a way? I know we've touched on this question before. How about parents who say we don't have resources, we're struggling? How can they still support their children?
I think it's not a question of risk. Yes, resources do matter, but being there for a child, it matters the most. Whenever there is activities that our children has to attend, if we have time, either of us as parents will go and support the children. Taking the children to the library doesn't even require money. Going out there in the park, playing in the park, there's a whole lot of activities that you can do with your children without breaking the bank. And of course, if you do have some money, you can send them for any other activities that you want to. But what I'm saying is it's too expensive not to invest in the development of our children, because the opportunity they will miss out, it might be those opportunities which will open doors for them. And as a family, we don't believe that we are training our children to go and look for jobs that doesn't exist. So we are preparing them to be job creators, to be knowledge producers, to be thought leaders. That's where we are looking at. And I think as Africans, we need to take charge of our future by investing in our children.
I hear you. I think there is an African proverb that says, if you think education is expensive, then try illiteracy. And I think that ties down to what you just said. Let me go back to our young author again. Nana, what is it that you liked most about the GloBUNTU Masterclass?
It was fun. And you're nice.
You're too kind to me, young lady. Thank you. So one of the things that we do at the GloBUNTU Masterclass is we don't just write books. We try to affirm kids. We try to give them a positive sense of identity, so that they are proud of their Africanness. And one of the things that we do is your name affirmation, ABC name affirmation, And I think when our kids have a name affirmation, each time that someone calls that name, even if that person is bullying them, even if that person is being not nice to them, but when you call that name and the kids can associate the letters of their words with something positive, then I think you cannot humiliate them. You can't do anything back to them, because the moment you pronounce that name, those images of the meaning of their name, the affirmation comes into their mind. So Nana, I'm going to ask you, when I say Naledzi, what do you hear in terms of your name affirmations? When I say Naledzi, what do you hear?
Someone who's nice.
No. Give me properly your name affirmation.
Okay. N is for I am nice. A is for I am authentic. L is for I am loving. E is for I am enthusiastic. D is for I am divine. Z is for I am zappy. I is for I am intelligent.
Indeed, she's intelligent. Have you taught your parents how to do their name affirmations?
Yes.
Okay, let's go to your mama. I'm going to put her on the spotlight now. Mom,
go ahead.
I can take it.
Camila stands for I am successful, I am tenacious, I'm humble, enthusiastic, Marvelous. I'm bold. I'm intelligent. I'm loving, and I am epic.
Yes, can you confirm that? Is she all of that? Is she all of that?
Yes, most
yes.
of it.
Okay. Okay. Should we spotlight Daddy as well? Should we put him on the spotlight as well?
Yes,
Mine is a bit too long, but I'll take it on.
Okay. Let's go for it.
Ramarumo R, I am reliable. A, I am a proudly African. M, I am marvelous. A, I'm authentic. R, I am reliable. U, I am understanding. M, I am marvelous. O, I am organized.
Ooh, nice. Nice. Oh. That's awesome. So all of those affirmations, you can find them also in one of our books, ABC Affirmations for the Black Child. So I'm going to go back to our young author again. Nana, if you were to meet the president of this country, what will you tell him?
You're doing a good job.
Mm-hmm.
Although the school systems need to be updated.
Okay, that's what it takes to be a published young author, a GloBUNTU young author. You know when to put in the good word and you know when to take the whip, right? So but you also don't shy away from telling him what he needs to. And I love the fact that you are all focused on the improvement of the school system, because the school system is what makes our future. It produces the leaders that we will have tomorrow, and the society that we will have. So and now that you're a published young author, what is your next plan?
To write a part 2.
Yes.
To actually become a chef.
To actually become
a chef.
A chef. A chef.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Parents out there who are listening, who are watching, children, families, educators, when you get a child to write a book, you give this child an indelible voice. They don't just create a legacy, they get a voice, an authentic, a bold, assertive voice, and a voice that allows them to aspire to be greater, to be more, they aspire to inspire. And I think this is what I'm getting from the Tshikosi girls, and I really, really commend you for this. When you write a book, some people write a book. There are some adults who write one book in their life. Some never, ever. They want, but they never, ever. And some people write just one book. And you just released your book 2 weeks ago, and you're already thinking about writing another one. So it also tells us about, the children. Children believe in possibilities. And I think parents, you will agree with me, when we allowed our children to live this dream that they can do just anything, you can just release a book and then work on the next one, and you can become a serial author, you can become a chef, you can become a financial advisor, you can give, talks on homeschooling. It does really open doors for them. It does really make a difference. Am I right? Correct me if I'm wrong.
You're correct.
It's quite
Absolutely.
true. It's quite true.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, girls, when you hear your parents speak like that about you, how does it make you feel? Let me start with Shimangi.
It feels great.
It feels great to be part of that family, right? Okay, let me go to Ali. Ali, when you hear your parents speaking about you, how you're brought up, how much they have your interests at hand, how much they want you to be your best. What kind of emotions does that create in you?
It reminds me that they've got my back, because regardless of how many times they tell me, we got your back and we want you to dream and we want you to push you forward, sometimes I feel like, oh no, they probably wouldn't want me to do this, or they wouldn't be able to support me on doing this. But when they talk about me like that, then I'm just like, they definitely got my back. I can do anything now.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
That's nice. What do you have friends? Do you have friends who ask you how you do it at home? Do you have friends that you kind of want to wish that they could have the same kind of support that you have? Ali?
Mm-hmm.
Do you have friends who kind of envy you for the kind of support system that you have at home?
No, not really. Most of my friends are really, really supportive of me.
Mm.
Yeah, just no jealousy at all, no envy, just pure support.
That's nice. So I'm going to go back to Nana. Nana, what else would you like to tell us about your book or about your life in general? Now you have the chance to talk to anyone out there that you want to talk to. If you want to motivate someone, you want to encourage someone, or you just want to, whatever may be on your mind right now.
I would like to tell you, do it. Do whatever you've been putting off for so long, because you'll never know what happens. What would have happened if you didn't do it? So do it. Just do it.
Just do it. Don't think about the consequences. Don't think about the fact that you may fail. Don't think about the fact that someone may criticize you. Don't think about the fact that, because at the end of the day, what Nana is trying to put in those very powerful words of hers are, if you don't do it, you don't know what you're missing out. So whatever it is, you've been putting it out. She has written that book to tell you, not to help you to learn how to cook in the kitchen. No, she has written that book to exclusively encourage you to not give up on your dreams and to just do what is it that you may have been putting away up until now, whatever reasons you have had, whatever excuses you have had to procrastinate. I think Nana is here today to tell you it's time you get them done and do them now. Am I right?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Okay, Nana, I'm so proud of you. I'm so very proud of you. You're so articulate today. I see that with your book. With every day, you're growing, and you're becoming more and more of that assertive published young author. And I can be proud of you and your sisters and your family. Now, we are coming towards the end of our conversation, even though I could have this conversation for the rest of the week with you online. but we'll call it quit. I will have to call it quit at some time. And before we get there, I want to say thank you to those who joined us on Facebook, those who may be on YouTube. We see you, we acknowledge you. And I want to remind you again that you can get all of these books from the Tshikosi family. Join them on Facebook, on your social media, call them up if you know them, and get your copy of the books. Ideally, you get all the 3 books because, hey, you have all these 3 powerful girls in your library. And you can also go on our website, www.globuntubooks.com, where we have many other books and other resources. We make learning feel like a game of cards with our flashcards. You want to check them out because that's a perfect way to bond with your loved ones during the Christmas holidays. So let me go to the last round. Chimangi, what message do you have to your sister? Do you have for your sister? Sorry.
I'm very, very proud of you, Naledzi. Well done on publishing your book, and keep on grabbing your dream by the tail.
That's nice. Ali, what message do you have for your sister?
Nana, I am super duper proud of you. You are the youngest out of us all, and you have come up with such a beautiful book idea. You surpassed my expectations by a milestone, and I had really high expectations for you. So for that, I'm really, really proud of you. Keep going.
Nice. That's sweet. Wow. Now I'm going to finish with my sister. Let me go to the king in the house. This is our third book launch, and you must have gone through a cocktail of emotions, like you said, and know you're writing your own book. So what message do you have for your girls, and what message do you have for your queen, and what message do you have for parents out there? So those are three questions in one.
For our children, our beautiful princesses, the published author, you have made me proud. I've always wished them to make them greater, to make them realize that they have a lot to offer. And every day, I always ask them a question: what did you learn? Okay. Every day, I always ask them that question: what did you learn? And there's a saying which we always say that every day, that a day without learning is a day wasted. So in other words, we encourage them to learn, that every day is an opportunity to learn all the time. I've got the words here by a very nice quote from by Amilcar Cabral. He said, learn from life, learn from people, learn from books, learn from experience of others, never stop learning. So that's Amilcar Cabral. But for us, knowledge, we have got a thirst for knowledge. We're always looking for us to learn and to accomplish. With my wife, I'm saying, whatever we are able to do with our children, we are able to do it because we work together. And we do a lot of things that other people do not approve, but we approve it ourselves. And we don't seek permission from other people. So we do a lot of things together, and I really appreciate that my wife supports what we are doing. She always comes up with brilliant idea of how we can take ourselves forward, how we can advance our way of doing things. And today it's one of those celebratory moments that we are grateful for. And we are still this is just one of the achievements. There's still many more coming. We are working very hard, and I challenge other people to say, guys, we have got amazing potential. We have got amazing, we're living in an amazing country, in an amazing continent, mineral-rich continent, resource-rich continent. Why don't we use our mind now to achieve what we want? Like Nana has said, let's go for our dreams. We must reach out and grab them by the tail. So we must not, yes, we have got challenges of colonialism and many other things, but I think we need to not focus a lot on excuses, but on what is possible and go for it. Thank you.
Thank you so much for those inspiring words. Let me go to your queen. So, ma'am, you work as a team. You as parents and the girls all together. Yeah, when you look back to Shimangi is 16. When you look back to 16 years of parenting and where you are today, to wake up one day with 3 young authors, it's not like this one is writing and this one is coming. It means all of them, they're like going with each other. They're going together. What message do you have for your girls? What message do you have to your partner? And what message do you have to other parents out there, especially Black parents?
Thank you, Sis Beatrice. I would like to say to my girls, the world is your oyster and the sky is not even the limit. This little adventure that you've embarked on in the beginning of lockdown, it's just proven that anything you put your mind to, if you are serious about it, you can get it. And your mom and dad is always here to support you. And if not publishing a book has not proven that, I don't know what will. So go out there and make us and make yourselves even more proud for achieving way more. Already you are at a far more advantageous position compared to the other children there who have not written books. And I just want to say it's not just the books. Any child who wants to excel in anything, be it dance, music, acting, or even the sciences, if the parents are there holding the child by a hand and telling them that you can do it, girl, whether you are a girl or a boy, whether you are black or not black, if your people are behind you. And some parents, some families, they're not typical mom dad families, they are blended families or aunt led families or go-go led families. Anyone who's a support structure, if they're there to support the child, now I'm talking to the black parents out there, you can support the child even if it's a single mom headed family. It doesn't have to be a 2-parent family. So the children, they just want to know that someone out there is looking out for me and someone out there really actually cares. And if they know that someone cares, they want to make that someone proud by doing great things. So as parents, we have to show the children that we are there, we care. Go out and do your best, because somebody's gonna come back and pat you on a shoulder and say, you did great. We all want to hear that. And to my king, I am forever grateful to you for being the best daddy in the world. I couldn't have asked for a parenting partner better than you. So I'm really grateful. And I'd like to thank Sis Beatrice and for all the support and holding us by the hand. We wouldn't have come this far, at least not so quickly, without your support. So I'm really grateful.
The gratitude is mutual. Thank you so much. Thank you for those powerful words. Thank you for allowing me to be part of your journey and to be part of this lifelong legacy. I will go to our young author. She will have the final words, the closing words. Now, Nana, what would be your final words to your sisters and to your parents and to, I know you've said it already, but to some other young boys and girls, black boys and girls, brown boys and girls out there, what would be your message to them? Start with your sisters, your parents, and then your readers or the brown boys and girls out there.
So my sisters, you're pretty and I'm proud of you. Too. And to my parents, I love you. Aww. And then to my reader, thank you so much for listening. I hope you have a great day, and I hope you enjoy my book.
Thank you. Thank you. So that was it. Again, I said you could get a lot of inspiration, a lot of knowledge. Each one of them is so unique. They're so articulate. The girls are so advanced in thinking for their ages. And I want to really tell you how much I enjoyed, working with you and seeing how you are smiling and glowing with your books. And I wish that you quantum leap. I wish that you publish more books than anyone thought of. I wish that you every day become your next masterpiece, and that you always stand with your shoulders tall, because hey, you got parents who are there to support you. You got so many people who got your back. So keep daring and keep being great and keep being achieving and grabbing your success and whatever you want by the tail, as your sister. So I wish you all that you sell lots of books, that you sell lots and lots of books, and that you make a lot of money from your books, and that you inspire many people, young, old, men, women, and just anyone who comes your way. So I'm very, very proud of you. I wish you all the best. And that was it for the book launch. And I'm going to close the book launch right now. So for those of you who are watching again, thank you so much, the Tshikosi family, for having allowed me to be part of your legacy journey. I am very, very touched. And I'm looking forward to other parents, other parents out there. If you have children at home who love writing, who love sketching, who love telling stories, you may have a writer at home and you may never really know until you send them to a GloBUNTU masterclass. And I firmly believe that every child can and should write a book. every Black child can and should write a book. And my mission is to support any child who expresses that wish. So you find us at our on our website, www.globuntubooks.com. And there you'll find books, you'll find master classes, you'll find lots of resources. We are aspiring to becoming an excellent resource center for African-centric education. If you care about your identity, your heritage, your sense of belonging, you care about your self-worth, please visit us on the website and we'll be happy to serve you. So that was it for today. Thank you for having joined us. And if you like what we do, please follow us on Facebook, like our website, and like our Facebook page and other social media pages. Thank you so much and have a lovely weekend. We'll see you when we come up with another book launch. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.